Wanted to talk about my experiences with using the aftermarket pipes. I have the 2006 Duramax, which is the LBZ motor. Trying to save a few bucks and do the performance upgrades. One of the first things I did after the EGR delete, went with a full delete, went with an aftermarket pipe that was a knockoff. I think this must be a universal pipe, because what happens is all these brackets are not correct or do not line up for the LBZ. And my experience was, as this connected to the Y bridge, that after about a year I had my boot come off, and it came off when I was hauling a camper, 38-foot toy hauler, and in doing so, because it was not properly secured, it caused this weak link in the LBZ, which is the two-piece Y bridge, to partially come out. And so thankfully I was able to limp it home, but realized that sometimes you get what you pay for. So what I ended up going with was the wcfab product. I've been happy with that. Not going to do any type of an installation type video on this. I actually used the reference to Truckmaster when doing my video there. I did not remove the turbo. Some of the unique problems you may have with that is if you look at this bottom piece, you actually are going to need, I used a flex extension to be able to get down around underneath there, and they are tricky. One of the things I wanted to mention that I didn't see in some of the other videos was because of the different angle with this Y bridge, I had to modify my return fuel lines. I felt they were putting too much pressure on the lines the way that they were, and didn't want to eventually have them wear and create a greater problem. So my second adventure that I had was with a no-name hot side intercooler pipe. And utilizing this pipe, I thought I'd try it again, save some money. It's just a pipe, right? Well, what I ran into was an issue with it being too long, and it was hitting on, I guess I call it the power steering, brake boost, whatever you want to call it. So after a second attempt, what I did was actually cut the other boot that came with it to get it to fit, and it was just touching there. Well, then I just chased the problem further and ran into an issue with it being too long here. So it was pushed more up against the radiator intercooler, creating an even more bend, greater bend in this boot. And again, part of the purpose for buying some of these aftermarket is to get it more airflow, be less restrictive with less bends. So ordered the Whirly, went ahead and ponied up for it. One of the reasons I finally decided to spend the extra money for that is with the wcfab pipe. You could tell it is the material, it's heavier, better quality. And they took the bend out from where the actual, I guess more of a 90-degree bend going into the intercooler was. And so I'm going to put that on and see where we land. You might have noticed that I went with blue when I have the red wcfab here, so my theme is to be patriotic and work my way up to using their stage 2 cold air intake. Thanks.